You want to add value to people and live a life of purpose, with purpose. But you don't know how to begin. Let me explain. About 10 years ago, I met a couple who taught me to go into business for myself. They were my first mentors, and I love and miss the Rojas family so much. I owe them, I can't put into words how much I owe them. If you're watching, thank you for allowing me to grow on my own while keeping my family, and for teaching me how to build an empire or a dynasty. They taught me down to the smallest details. One of those was to save my money for a rainy day, to implement emergency funds, and to be thrifty or frugal with my money. They were and will always be in my heart. I miss you guys so much. The time we spent together dictated my future. It allowed me to make good decisions later on in life after we parted ways, after I moved to this coast. They would have PDFs, literally, on how to pack, how to do this, how to just implement so many things. Instructions, how to open bank accounts, endless informations which I did not comprehend until today. One of their recommendations was to dress to impress, but on a budget. We lived in California, in a very wealthy area, where old money was king, or key. You can cash $1 million check, but they taught me a huge lesson to be the ones who wrote the check, not the ones who cashed the check. And I never thought in a million years that eventually would be the ones to survive the pandemic. The haters, the negative people that were rude and crazy and went and spread rumors about us that wasn't true are now gone. Not all of them, of course. Some of them are hiding. They're embarrassed. I still, it plays tricks with my mind all the time. And I have to admit that I still think about all the things that they would say while all we were trying to do was help people, help build confidence, help them build their self-esteem. None of it was selfish in nature. In fact, it was the total opposite. They just didn't understand that it was this simple, this easy. They had a sick work ethic, which they taught me, and they taught me to be ambitiously lazy. Man, that was crazy. To work really hard for 2.5 years and then get the rewards of that work that happened later on in life for the rest of your life. I did exactly what they said, and unbelievable, now teaching these methods that were principles that would linger for the rest of my life. That's crazy. They had a really sick work ethic because they went to medical school, the residency, and then at age 33, my mentor, the gal, she actually ended up becoming the head of the pathology department of all the VA hospitals in the United States. I thought that was crazy. That's very young. And in fact, she started building this vehicle because she knew that you had to prepare and dig your well before you were thirsty. I never thought in a million years that every single lesson that they taught me would be so important for the rest of my life. I was in shock at the simplest, tiny details that Dr. Rojas, the female, would implement and talk to me about. I felt like she was my mom, and she raised me from age 27 and above. They are the most modest people that I have ever known. Man, that was crazy. I will never forget you guys, ever. And I will continue to make you proud.